What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Kimo. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Zeus. His name is Skady. The map is Mediterranean. It's currently 1-0 for Kimo in this best of 3 series, taking that first game on Anatolia with his Isis. Switching things up now into his Oranos for this Mediterranean game. Skady switching into Zeus here. Very interesting matchup. Zeus versus Oranos on Mediterranean. They're both incredibly strong gods on this map. They both have, they're both considered to be possibly the strongest Mediterranean gods. I think a lot of people consider Zeus, Poseidon, and Oranos and Kronos to be sort of the stronger Mediterranean gods. So we can go through them if you want. So Zeus is good on Mediterranean because of restoration. I guess Hades is probably strong as well, but more as a counter god. You can go Hermes as well with Zeus, which is an added bonus, but the restoration helps a lot on the water fight, plus the Jason Odysseus not having to gather any favor means a lot. To get the Odysseus out early, put some pressure on. Poseidon gets out an early lure, which means the early game is not in jeopardy at all, based on scouting and finding pigs and such. Yeah. Oranos, for reasons such as can spam Barim very fast, has the Valor Oracle attack early. It's not the best, but can do it. Plus the speed, and then late game you can get those Sky Passage on both sides of the map and basically have free underworld. Not free underworld, but like a cheap underworld. Not a god power underworld or whatever. Budget underworld. Kind of. Kronos has got the Kronos Rush on the water, which is pretty potent. A lot of players have worked out how to defend it with pretty much every god though. So if you're ever playing on Mediterranean with one of those gods that were not aforementioned, I would definitely suggest learning a strategy to deal with Kronos. And if you have a strategy to deal with that Kronos rush, then you can use that strategy in any matchup where you think that you might be under pressure from someone rushing you on land. So I do implore you to learn that build, and then also learn a standard build. Like the current one that Skady is doing is very, very strong. Kimo, on the other hand, doing the standard Oranos build here, 6 fishing ship, then a temple. House goes down as well. We do see the Catastropers coming in here to beat away at the villager. Nice micro from Kimo, fighting this one off, jabbing away at the Catastropers. And the villagers are going to be returning back onto the pigs, throwing up the temple. And there's the 6 fishing ship. We do sometimes see Oranos players going up to 9 fishing ship here, or staying on just 6, going for 3 docks sometimes. If you go for 9, you can only afford the 2 docks. Build the 3rd dock a little bit later. It's all just a matter of preference. I think the 9 fishing ships are a bit better, a bit safer. 3 docks does mean you can spam out those Barim a bit faster. We see Skady's getting... Oh, he has an idle fishing ship here. And we will probably see Skady going up to 10 fishing ship on this map here. And I like that he goes for these Mahi first. You want to... When you're playing against... Atlantean, you want to be making sure you go for the close fish here and put docks right down next to him. This fish over here is not that safe, and unfortunately he's probably going to lose those. Even if he puts this dock here, it's not going to save these ones, and in fact he kind of allows these fish here to be a little bit exposed. But we do see Athena coming through, 50%, and Prometheus a little bit slow here. So Skady gets the edge in the early game here. Mana coming up now for Kimo. And we do see the scout wandering through Kimo's base, just checking out what's going on, making sure he knows. As old mate's speeding along in the 60 zone. Alrighty. Athena has been hit here for Skady. Going to immediately build these trireme. Don't see an immediate Jason and Odysseus. I wouldn't mind seeing... I've said this before, but you can sort of adapt this build order a little bit. So he's gone for 8 fishing ship here. And I wouldn't mind seeing an adaptation where... This is already sort of an adaptation. Normally it's 10 fishing ship. Where you cut a couple of fishing ship and then get an early Odysseus out and send that forward. We do see Valor coming down onto these oracles here with the citizen. We do see a bolt onto the Bareme. The trireme going to start dealing some damage here, try and pick off some fishing ship. There are only 7 fishing ship here for... Oh no, it's 8 fishing ship for Kimo as well. And we do see the Bareme starting to pump out. I think they build a little bit faster, 12 seconds to 14 seconds. So they do come out a little bit fast, but they are very much weaker. They are cheaper, build faster, and are weaker. It's sort of like, yeah, you have to outmass. And Skady currently is very much so outmassing Kimo, who's going to have to run around with these Bareme and fight underneath his dock until he can have enough. And the fishing ship popping back out, trying to get as much food as he possibly can. Bareme here for Kimo, getting a little bit antsy. He needs to pull back a little bit. He does manage to do so. Only 8 Bareme or trireme here to 6 or 7 Bareme. Shockwave only hits 1 trireme there. That must have been a small misclick there from Kimo. Does lose that Bareme there while the rest of Skady's ship's going to be retreating here. So nice pick off there. And we will be seeing Skady trying to just get as many low HP triremes as he possibly can. There's still this low HP ship here. And you do see Skady pulling it back nice and fast there as he is pushing forward yet again with these low HP ones, keeping, or full HP ones, keeping the low HP ones in the back for a big restoration here. So this is really nice control here from Skady moving in, keeping those low HP ones in the back. Going to be casting the restoration. Low HP ship does survive here, and all those other low HP ones coming back up to basically full HP, if not almost full HP. Going to be cleaning up the water from Kimo, who is getting absolutely trounced right now by this Zeus rush here, just based on the fact that Kimo was a little bit slow to the classical age, and he's just taking full advantage of it. Absolutely crazily mopping the floor there. We do see an economic guild coming up now for Kimo, as he is potentially stopped Bareme production, and Skady just completely cleans that up. We do see a counter barracks coming out now for Kimo. No military barracks just yet, and we'll see what Skady's going to do. We do see the Jason and the Odysseus coming out now, going to be looking to move forward. There's a military academy coming up for Skady. Not going to opt too fast into anything, and we don't see Skady going for these fishing ships yet. And a little sneaky move out here as Skady moving forward his fishing ships just to check this out, and not going to allow too much food to get gathered here. He does grab probably about 20 food there just from this short amount of time he managed to come out onto the fish here. If I'm Skady, just leave these boats over here. Don't worry about the docks just yet. Hit Alt S onto this location here and just make sure that the fish doesn't get grabbed. Now, the heroes moving in for Skady going to be doing some damage. There's only counter barracks coming out. Catapulti's going to get built as well. Hate to see it. We do see hand axe getting built for Kimo. He has got husbandry. The oracle's coming in now. Going to get immediately targeted down by the villagers as they're not turning around and fighting. There's one really low HP oracle here. They only do 7.2 damage, so the villagers actually do win this fight here. Trying to micro it away. Does not manage to get away from that. Does pick off 2 oracles though, so it's a decent enough trade here for Skady, who is attempting to finish off these oracle heroes who's going to be retreating away. There's a second town center now up for Skady. We see the heroes getting pushed back now. Do decide to turn around. Catapultis plus Terma, not the best here. Going to try and drag them in to the triremes here. Kimo going to be starting to build Baremes yet again here, as he sees the opportunity to do so. Nice fake, actually. So we're not going to see Skady building. How does he know? That's wild that he sort of predicted that this is what Kimo's going to do. But there's no way to know if these Bareme are building or not. And if they aren't building, you're just wasting 1,000 resources here, right? No? 1,500 resources. The Bareme are going to pop out, and then the trireme are going to be popping out. Skady, like, it's almost as if Skady has played Kimo before and he realizes this is sort of like a Kimo special here. There's a bit of metagaming for you. You will see the beams popping out now. The dock comes down. The trireme's pulling back. And Skady's trireme's going to be popping out now. As we see so many triremes for Skady. 24. What a crazy fake from him here. Going to be cleaning up these bereams incredibly fast right now. And Kimo's going to be kicking himself for falling for that. Really nice play from Skady here as Kimo trying to... He thought he had it there. He thought because there was only 12 trireme, he could have reproduced him and had a chance there. But Kimo just falls for it. And then Skady gets the win because Kimo's like, all right, you did it. Nice job. GG, well played. And he takes the win there. Really, really intelligent usage of the garrison there on the docks. And that's something that people are going to have to be wary of. That's a really smart play from Skady. Nice fakeage. And Kimo does not manage to steal the second win here on this map. Going to move on to game number 3 now. Just Skady displaying the awesome power of Zeus on Mediterranean. So if you enjoyed this game, please hit the follow button on the Twitch. And if you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next game.